It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends.
Ó sì tún ṣe.
I know there is tension. I am not here to add to your tension.
Politico. Godfatherism.
I am here to help you understand your tension by saying it as it is. Nigeria is about to explode or not. Thank you.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Lórí Facebook. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
You are witnessing something that majority of you or majority of us never envisaged. Share this broadcast. We Wike demand direct so much for Kolu that Tinubu supporters are in fact in shock.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra jù. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra jù. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra jù. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra jù.
Thank you very much. Tan, 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 tan. Tan, 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 tan. Maiyegun today. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Although, as their election in Nigeria is coming to a close crashing end, I implore you to please follow this conversation with an open mind. Just maybe, just maybe, it can help how you are going to undo your mental health in the coming days. There have been projections, there have been what you can class as prophecies and all of that. Yeah, that predicted all that is happening right now. But there is something that some of us are missing in the shovel. And that is, so many of us are still, right? Put it this way. Right now, majority of the people who are watching this brazen violation of their own electoral law in Nigeria, open rigging, violence and manipulation, there are so many of you right now who are saying, I told you so. Didn't we tell you? We told you they will do this to you. See, I have something for you. Apart from the fact that we've all predicted that it is going to come out this way. But what we kind of, for those of you in that state of mind right now, laughing at the obedient and the rest of the people who are standing up right now against what is going on in Nigeria, there's something you are missing out. We overrated the establishment and we underrated the angry citizens across Nigeria. Now let's put all sentiments down now. How many of you watching me right now believed in your widest dream that the obedient will become the target of their rigging so much that they couldn't even do it so well? How many of you watching me right now would agree that you underrated the obedient electorally, and with what you have seen so far, it simply means that if at this stage you would rather blame them, abuse them, mock them, it means you haven't really learned anything. And this is where I'm going to start mine from. There are people who believe that, yes, it's all noise. But have you seen how much of their own people that were attacked for this election across Nigeria? Have you seen how many of their people that were denied, disenfranchised to participate in their Charade elections? Have you seen the coordinated, the sort of a coordinated rigging that is followed with bribery and violence? Do you really want to underplay that because you told them so that they will do that? Right. What I'm actually driving at is this: Nigeria is at the brink, and some of you are seeing the surface. You are not seeing the deep, the deep frustration behind this shocking. Because I told you something. I said that PDP or APC will rig, and and maybe Kolu or Tifku will be declared winner. That won't shock me. What will shock me will be if I see after 10 months of the obedient, movement, if I now realize that they actually are not what they wanted us to see them as, by shocking everybody enough that Peter Obi will be their president, right? Now, here is what the whole situation has come to now. Okay, normally, if they rig you, you go to court with your evidence, right? For those of you who are underrating them, somehow, as we speak, it seems that the whole country is standing up against this charade right now. So, then that brings me back to the concept of fighting a common enemy. Many of you right now watching Maiyegun live, you have become so angry with Nigeria. Rightly so. I am. Therefore, because many of us don't want to follow the same pathway anymore, we decided to choose our own pathway. And what does that mean? Many of you lost interest in anything Nigeria because of the damages that this APC Egbekegbe have done in 7.5 years. Right? APC Egbekegbe. Almost everyone has collected in the last 7.5 years. No one is spared, including those who are supporting them. The northern Nigeria, they was ravaged by terrorism and all of that. They ended up being those who are now under the coping mechanism of it seems it's just our lifetime problem to be terrorized, because they added more to the terrorism rather than reduce it. For those of you who wanted economic survivor, and you chose them, you ended up in penury, poverty. That's what they have done. Everybody has collected all over the country. Yeah? And that was why when they said they were going to, if they had the chance, they were going to vote APC Egbekegbe out with all of the anger in them. And right before your very eyes, they are robbing them of that. In fact, they traumatized the establishment so they became the worst election rigger in Nigeria 24 years democratic history. 2007 was the record held by Morisiwu. Morisiwu conducted an election, right, in 2007, where people that are in jail were winning elections. Before people were still on the queue voting, they are already announcing election results of the same unit where people were voting. It was so bad that Yaradua, who benefited from that fraud, came out and said he was elected by the most fraudulent election and he would do his best to fix it. In 2015, Jonathan saved you from what could have been one of the most bloodiest election ever. But look at it today. All of that, whatever you call gain, Nigeria, that will always disappoint you, have now fell flat on its face. And then it is taking Nigeria with it. Today, millions of Nigerians are disenchanted, are disconnected with Nigeria due to bad leadership, violence, establishment, terrorism that is being financed by the same government, the same people in government. So all of these are things that have made us believe that if we all have a common enemy, whatsoever, whether you are for Biafra, whether you are for Yoruba nation, whether you are for revolution now, whether you are, whatever you are for, a lot of us considered APC, Egbekegbe, and the government they represent as the most divisive government ever in Nigeria. People are saying Nigeria or Nigerians have never been this divided, ever. So when the Biafrans, when the Shiites pushed their own legitimate rights as part of Nigeria. They were shot and killed. When Shogore and the revolution now, when they led their own, opposition to what was going on in Nigeria, they were shot and killed and jailed. When the Biafrans said, no, we are done. We can't continue like this. We can't be part of this. They were shot, killed, and jailed. All of this connection with Nigeria every day continue to grow and grow. And why? Because even when you try to be positive, the level of negativity that the system itself is shunning out against our own citizens will continue to drown you. And when people now come out in anger and say, oh, we don't want you anymore, they decided to use what they know how to do best. In fact, you remember I told you that when many of you were celebrating videos here, results there everywhere, initially I was wondering that how come we are not seeing any, whether polling unit or whether ward or whether local government or where PDP, APC, Labour, as well as NNPP won. But the most we were seeing were those of Labour Party, the obedient. And I was like, that's so unusual. If they were winning, they won't hide it. They just, I later realized that even some of them were shocked. Yes. I'm talking about the Lagos Abobakus that are commenting. See, even when they are telling you, try anything, we'll show you. I told you that when things were not going well anymore, when all the numbers are not adding up, even they themselves were worried. They were scared. Now like these people hate us. Hey, Kilode, what is going on? They were screaming on social media. Instead of them to be releasing the results of where they won and win, and you know that, they were calling on their leaders to do something. And I remember telling you here on this platform, I said, majority of them that are telling you that you will learn a lesson, you will do this to you, we will, that stuff, on social media. These are the characters who have seen things around them, surprised, in shock, but they are relying on the establishment to do what they know how to do best. Here you get, rig it, and dare you to do whatever what are you going to do? They will bring soldier out and shoot everybody. You have lost. Go to court. But they themselves individually couldn't actually pull up the number. Let me put it this way. If it was between the PDP and APC, it would have been the regular who can outrig one another. But you see this, your charade, it can't be like, say, they hold you, the obedient, they put you in the middle. APC on the right, PDP on the left. They chop you as much as they can. That's what happened. As APC was rigging you out, PDP was doing their own. As APC was unleashing terror on you all over Nigeria, in their own in your different strongholds, PDP was doing the same thing. That's why so many people were surprised when they saw the joint media press, World Press Conference of PDP and APC. They were like, so now it is no more PDAPC. It is now LPDP. Some said it is PDPL. But here is what I want to make you understand. Whatever the APC cook for the entire country is going to lead to a catastrophic chaos. However, there will also be a third columnist too. What do I mean by that? APC, PDP. I put something on my Facebook earlier. I said, some of you are saying PDP and Labour Party coming together to fight APC will make the fight stronger. However, but what many of you don't remember is this. Those who supported Obi, more than 90% of them, they don't have political party and they don't belong to one. In fact, they are not members of the Labour Party as a party. These are the people that have been looking for an opportunity to vent their anger against the system. So what happened? The system fought back as usual. So they hit into both of you. So, in my own opinion, PDP will be your third columnist in the entire fight. You know why? Because by the time you begin to shake APC of all the votes they have stolen from you across Nigeria, once the votes begin to drop, you will realize that PDP too, now cutlass and what do you call it? You are going to use to chase Okowa and Atiku too with what they have done to you. I said something about if there's anybody or if there's any group in these their elections that actually shocked anyone, it's not Atiku, it's not Tifnumbu, it's not Kwakwanso, it is the obedient. I mean, from Kaduna to Kano, from Kano to Niger, to Plateau, from Plateau to Benue, from Benue straight down to Lagos, where they reduced their votes from over 1 million to less than 600,000 and increased Tifnumbu's vote from a paltry 150,000 to over 500,000, so that it can justify the narrative you are hearing everywhere now. If they wanted to rig, they won't rig Lagos in it. If they wanted to rig election, they won't rig Kaduna ni. If they want to rig election, they won't rig Kano ni. Because just check the pattern outside there, as they are seeing the result of Lafia at the polling unit from Lafia. The result of polling unit from Lafia being posted as the result of Victoria Island polling unit. Or have you not seen where instead of posting results, people were posting their pictures from the polling units across, in fact, where they had no election at all. You know what they have done? They have released the results. You know something? If all I am telling you right now sounds like, lamentation, give me your tears. Let me take you through a journey of why the danger that you are actually overlooking is bigger than what some of you can actually deal with. And when I say some of you, I mean from both sides, from all sides, right? Before their elections, INEC went on what they called media PR campaign, reassuring people that if they come out and participate in this their charade, they should be rest assured that their votes will count. This is a reminder. Let's go on that journey now, from the past to the present, and then you understand how to actually predict the future. I'm going to put all of them together, and it's going to be a long night, by the way. So I think I should tell you first, right? When they started their media PR to deceive some of you, the Gen Z, that believed them that they can conduct a free and fair elections, right? A lot of you saw this. Millions of you saw this video, didn't you?
Executive elections, like the presidential election, the Constitution sets two major criteria for determining a winner of a presidential election. And here are the two conditions. The first one, a candidate must secure the highest number of votes cast at the election. The highest number of votes cast at the election is the first condition. Condition number 2, the candidate must secure not less than 25% of vote cast in at least 2/3 of all the states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. Those are the 2 conditions. Now, let's break this down further. None of the candidates in the presidential election will be declared a winner if he or she doesn't secure majority of vote cast at the presidential election and 25% of the votes in at least 2/3 of all the states of the Federation and the FCT. If none of the candidates meets the threshold of securing the highest number of votes cast, as well as 25% in 2/3 of all the states of the Federation and the FCT, INEC must conduct a second election. And that second election is known as the runoff. And the runoff must be conducted within 21 days from the date of the declaration of the result for the first round of the election. That's what the Constitution says. A runoff is a voting system used to elect a single winner where no candidate meets the conditions for securing a win in the first round of the elections. So for the presidential election, not all the 18 registered political parties who sponsored candidates will participate in the runoff election. Only 2 candidates will be on the ballot. The first candidate will be the presidential candidate who secured the highest number of lawful votes. That will be the candidate that will make it to the runoff election. The second candidate will be the one who, amongst the remaining candidates, who has majority of votes in the highest number of states. So where there is more than one candidate who has the majority of votes in the highest number of states, this is what the law says INEC will do. INEC will consider amongst, these candidates who has the highest number of votes in the election. So they look at the total number of votes that each of the candidates secured, and the one with the highest total number of votes will become the second candidate on the ballot for a runoff elections. Now, victory in a runoff election is by simple majority, unlike the first round that requires the fulfillment of those 2 conditions of the highest number of votes and then 25% of votes in at least 2/3 of the states and the FCT. And what this means is 25% of votes in 24 states and the FCT. Remember, only INEC has the power to declare results. No other institution or individual is saddled with that responsibility. We urge you to be patient, wait as INEC is collating and declaring the results. Please refrain from peddling or spreading all forms of fake news. The only institution responsible for declaring official results is INEC, and we urge you as Nigerians to be patient and understanding and wait.
And the blah, and the blah, and the blah. In fact, their chairman, Mahmoud, who became a professor after receiving a scholarship from the federal government of Nigeria to go and study God knows what in the UK. It was at the Chatham House in London, and they were asking him questions about his preparation for the elections. This is a cut-out clip from that conversation.
This informed the early choice of a new voter accreditation technology using an electronic device called the bimodal voter accreditation system.
That is BVAS.
We have tested it in several by-elections and off-cycle governorship elections. In addition, the decision to make polling unit election results available for public viewing, which has always been a major demand by citizens and election observers, falls into this early choice of election technology. The INEC Results Viewing Portal, the IREV, is a dedicated web portal for the public view of polling unit results as soon as they are finalized on election day.
So why are
this
they
has
not
been
being included?
Employed in several elections conducted by the Commission in the past few years. In particular, the uploading of polling unit results to the IREV portal has been deployed in 105 constituencies where the Commission conducted off-season elections since August 2020.
So you promised to upload
The
results.
results can still be viewed on the portal, making the IREV an invaluable repository of election results in Nigeria.
But you never upload any result
to
to
archives for election results.
this man.
And citizens and anybody who registers on the portal can still view the results.
So INEC is promising to upload results, but they have not done it.
And I kept asking those who care to approach the Commission that what we have been doing is to upload the scanned images of polling unit results.
You never do ammo.
And the same hard copy is given to party agents at polling units on election day. And I've consistently asked candidates and politicians to compare the results on the IREV portal with the hard copies brought by their polling agents.
How will they do that since you have not uploaded any?
If there were discrepancies, it's 99.99% accurate.
It's wrong. This man is very evil. INEC is
Now, a further
compromised.
lesson from the
Thank you. So that's what INEC chairman told the world at the Chatham House. As you are watching this video, day 3, even though INEC is declaring results, 50% of the total result INEC is declaring is what has been uploaded on their website. So people are now asking, where are these numbers coming from? Where are they getting them from? Where are they releasing them from? They say from the polling unit, from state, from everywhere, where they cook them from. Yeah? But none of these numbers can be verified. I mean, all of them, not just one. According to the record of what people have collected so far across Nigeria, yeah? By the time they shake the three people on the right, Atiku, Tinubu, and Kwakwanso, by the time they shake them of that number they allocated to them, Tinubu will barely have 1 million votes across Nigeria. Original votes for Tinubu, APC. Put everything together, it will not reach 1 million. Now, if you put all Atiku's vote together, it won't reach 2 million. And that's the shocker I am telling you. Now, you see, the people that are going to possibly defend Tinubu, right? They are the people who feels like, who should also admit that in their dream, did they ever imagine that Obi will be a threat that he has become to them today? Like for real. Anyway, from what they have said, right? By the time they shake all of them and allow people to do their thing according to their law, Peter Obi will be coasting with more than 10 million. And that may sound like a joke to you. Okay? But that's exactly what they have done. Nobody envisaged this. Trust me, even me sitting down here, as much as I have told you many things that I actually wish they could prove all of us wrong. That they actually meant everything they have been saying all this while. You mess with the wrong generation. You mess with the wrong generation. Baba, they were allocating 0 to Labour Party in places that you'll be like, how come Labour Party can't become big? Like, they become so... Let me show you something. Somebody said, the reason why all of this drama are happening now is because when many of you were thinking that Kolu will be buying people or bribing people or buying votes, the Kolu Tinubu has already made a better deal. Why do you need a software? Why do you need hackers? Why do you need all of this? when you can, if you have the chairman. I don't know if you have heard this audio, but I'm going to play it anyway. That's what I do. The face of the person, the position, his position in INEC, as well as the conversation he had. He said, tell them if I am wrong. Asiwaju is not ready to spend money on any party or giving party. He has given people deals. If you do your part, INEC will make sure that everything you send to them is approved. Will you do your part? Would you make sure that we don't have much problems at your own side? Even the Lagos Abobakus, they were complaining because the money that they expected for the election, most of them has been given to INEC. Take a look at their WhatsApp conversation just yesterday.
Almost all of you. And your betrayal, many betrayals. Many things. So I can share for the boy. Share. I can play yara. I can do all. You know. Bibi oni ya ni gbogbo yin. Ẹ jẹ́ lọ jáwọ́ nínú òṣì yìí. Kó má gba ìlú mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́.
Wèrè tó sọ̀rọ̀ sí tó sọ pé àwọn APC agent wo àwọn tó jẹ́ leader gọgọgọgọ ò lọ bá wọn ṣé owó tó ní kọ́kọ́ fáwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ gan wọn kò fún wọn dípò bóyá agent àbí àwọn aráàta ṣé labour tó ń wọlé ṣé ó náwó ni ṣó náwó dẹ̀ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ tọrọ síbi tọrọ wa kí ni wọ́n kọ́ fáwọn agent tí wọ́n fi jíṣẹ́ ìwọ gan ṣé ò ti gbàgbàgbàgbà bóyá wọn wá rántí ẹ̀ mọ́ sí ilẹ̀kùn wa bá ẹ kó ṣì lọ́jọ́.
That's them inside their APC Egbekegbe in Lagos. In their WhatsApp group, they were fighting themselves. Even though outside their WhatsApp group, they tell themselves, go out there, go and blame Igbos. Oh, yeah, go and blame the Igbos. Go and start threatening them. Go and do this and that. But inside their group, they are fighting too. All for what? Money. And all the money to do what? To stop the people that are coming to stop them. I said, people destroying people also robbed Labour Party. Bayelsa. Sorry, it's not Labour. I mean, it's not what do you call it? A PDP. Bayelsa, Delta, where else again? Like Enugu, all the places, even all the places where they declared them winner in the eastern part of Nigeria, PDP still robbed them. Because many of them were not allowed to vote, including Yenegua. But they declared the result from Yenegua, Bayelsa, as you are watching this video. But 2 days ago, the people of Bayelsa, they were enraged. Let me take you there as a flashback. We haven't started what they are up to today. I'm only giving you some flashback to catch up. And then you understand that it's not so hard to predict what is likely going to happen accurately. They denied all of these people when the money got to the hands of the INEC all over the place.
The police officers, they come address the people them. They try to address the people them. So I'm BBC Live. Sorry. We must vote. We want to vote. We must vote. We must vote. We must vote. Yes, sir. They say, Oga for police, they try to talk to them so that they feel calm the situation down. Oga for police, they try to talk to them, make them calm the situation down. So we believe say you go address the matter where they ground. We believe say you go address it the way it be. All of them only calm down. You can see and say they sit down. They sit down. So most things will happen. We watch. In case you just join us, we dey live for Swale, for INEC office, for Swale Road. Na BBC news pidgin. Now they bring on this live video. So in case you just join us, now so we see her for here. The INEC officials, I need to address them now with the police people. We don't vote now.
I think that for democracy to flourish, only people who can accept the pain of of defeat, should participate in an election. Because
they did warn you. Only those who can endure the pain of rigging should participate, of a defeat should participate in an election. And that's exactly what is going on right now. Some of you are currently not in the right place right now, especially witnessing the greatest electoral haste in your lifetime. Others have started protesting for it too. But do you want to know why? Talking about voter suppression, let me give you an example. They said that in Lagos, without rigging, without all those violence against the obedient in Lagos, this is what they would have gotten from there. This is what would have been their result. Now, think about so many places where they did this to suppress the figure and write new ones. There are examples. The examples abound, though. I'm just telling you that daylight robbery is this is a good example of what they have done and where the explosion is going to start from. For you to understand them, I'll say, right? Listen to this. A PDP official had this to say.
And 36,000. And I have I made some footnotes before, coming in here in anticipation that, these questions might come up. In Lagos, our situation room record shows that Labour Party has 983,069. PDP has 101,000. and 039 votes. APC has 155,401 votes.
Correct.
And the NNPP has 7,550 and 36,000.
So this is why they rejected Lagos. Are you with me? They rejected the allocated votes to them. And that is what is brewing wherever it's cooking now. Last night I read the letter of Obasanjo to Buhari. NLC have issued NLC, TUC, Niger Delta, these. A lot of them are now pulling together. And I don't know what this is going to look like in the coming days. They are asking that the election should be cancelled. Others are asking that before they continue the counting or complete the counting or declare anybody winner, they should let them review all of the results. But INEC is telling everybody that, sorry, we didn't tell you that we were going to use any electronic voting or what have you. The Senate president that passed the bill or passed their amendment to their electoral act even said, some of you don't even know what we did. What we did does not include the, what do you call it? Include you transmitting your election results electronically. Really? So no wonder. Obasanjo didn't just write letter. He read his own letter. Now share that with you. Then I'll take you to Robert Stamp, Senate President.
An appeal for caution and rectification. Nigerian brothers and sisters, greetings to you all. I am constrained to speak at this point, and I crave the indulgence of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency General Muhammadu Buhari, to make this statement because I've had opportunity to keep him aware of what I know is happening and the danger looming ahead. On many occasions in the past, I have not hesitated to point out lacuna in the action of the President and his government. But as far as the election issues that we are now facing are concerned, the President has proved beyond reasonable doubt that he will want to leave a legacy of free, fair, transparent, and credible elections. Until last Saturday night, February 25th, 2023, the good and noble plan and preparation for the elections seem to be going well. For the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, a lot of money was spent to introduce bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, and the server for immediate transmission of results from polling units. It is no secret that INEC officials at operational level have been allegedly compromised to make what should have worked not work and to revert to manual transmission of results, which is manipulated and the results doctored. The chairman of INEC may claim ignorance, but he cannot fold his hands and do nothing when he knows that election process have been corrupted, and most of the results that are brought out that are brought outside beavers and server are not true reflection of the will of Nigerians who have made their individual choice. At this stage, we do not need wittingly or unwittingly to set this country on fire with the greed, irresponsibility, and unpatriotic act of those who allegedly gave money to INEC officials for perversion and those who collected the blood money. Let me appeal to the chairman of INEC, if his hands are clean, to save Nigeria from the looming danger and disaster which is just waiting to happen. If the chairman can postpone elections 4 days to the election 4 years ago, he can do everything to rectify the errors of the last 2 days. No beavers, no result to be acceptable. And no uploading through server, no result to be acceptable. Whereas beavers and servers have been manipulated or rendered inactive, such result, where beavers and servers have been manipulated or rendered inactive, such results must be declared void and inadmissible for election declaration. Chairman INEC, I have thought that you will use this wonderful opportunity to mend your reputation and character for posterity. Your Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, tension is building up, and please let all elections that do not pass the credibility and transparency test be cancelled and be brought back with areas where elections were disrupted for next Saturday, March 4, 2023.
In the Electoral Act that we passed, there is nothing like electronic transmission, because transmission is when you vote and it goes to the server. What we have passed, and I can recollect this vividly, because I read that act when it was a bill several times, is to transfer. After all the paperwork that we normally do are done, the agents and everybody there, security, everybody will have the papers. INEC will snap or scan or snap the result sheet and transfer. Transmit or transfer or whatever it is. That whether it is transmit or transfer is that thing that is captured with beavers. The results. And for me, my understanding is if any result that was captured and sent differs from something gotten somewhere, that one is illegal. And only the courts, it's not us here that can do. So we urge INEC to follow the Electoral Act. And for me, my understanding is if any result that was captured and sent differs from something gotten somewhere, that one is illegal. And only the courts, it's not us here that can do. So we urge INEC to follow the Electoral Act and other laws or their guidelines. That's all.
Exactly. He himself wasn't so sure what was the term used, transfer or transmit. Now, so thieves they do. They will tell you to go to court. It's not here. You don't come and tell us here. Go to court. It'd be like when a thief person will be thief, steal from you, and contact you say, may you go to court, sue him to court. Don't you know that probably his brother is the judge? When a thief is so confident to say, go to court, you must know that probably his brother is the judge. So go to court. They say, I don't think these young people in Abuja agrees, but we'll come back to them as well, right? I think that is now, will take us to the PDP Labour Party joint press conference, right? Let's start with this.
And everybody was very excited about the Electoral Act. And I'm also happy to say that the chairman of INEC was also very excited about that Electoral Act. Because we know that at a point in time, during the debate, we were unlikely to have the Electoral Act and to have it into law. But eventually, the bill was passed and it was assented to. And we thank President Buhari for that. And it's very clear, you cannot beat the law. So when you're talking about how do we go, for me, a lot of calls can be made. But truly at this point in time, it's clearly stated in that Electoral Act what must be done, and shall is mandatory. All election results must be transmitted at the polling unit level. And that is the basis, is those results from the over 176,000 units that we can use through the process of collation. So if you have not transmitted those results, it means that you have actually not conducted the election under the very law that we all applauded. So the right thing to do is for the INEC chairman to truly go forward and cancel the elections.
So PDP says, cancel the election, order a new election, properly monitored, and Labour Party agrees. Yeah. So in that same room, yeah, here is another set.
Offer is vote allocation and not coalition. So because it's vote allocation, not coalition, reason for outright cancellation.
Let me just draw attention of the press, gentlemen of the press. If you look at the results from Bauchi and Gombe, they are exactly the same results. Bauchi APC has 146,977. Gombe, two different states. APC have also 146,977. PDP in Bauchi has 319,123. PDP in Gombe has 319,123. Labour Party has 26,000 in Bauchi they have 26,160. In Gombe they also have 26,160. It is very clear that these results were allocated, deliberately allocated, and funny enough, this type of mischief, they didn't do it good enough, and you can see how two separate states far away, the party scores exactly the same numbers in the elections. Two different states.
Offer is vote allocation. And
it is one thing to be in company. Bible says that Saul was in the company of the prophet and he began to prophesy. So when you are in the company of greatness, greatness automatically rubs off on you. But when you have no idea that you are working with greatness, you stand to disrespect the greatness. And so the thing that they could benefit from Jesus, they could not, because they had no idea who they were working with.
Dio Israel, Pastor Dio Israel, Redeemed Church of Redemption Church of God, Redemption Christian Church of God, I don't know. We'll come back to that story later. PDP Labour Party, in their own press conference, they continue to demand that the election should be held again. Do it again. Yeah? Here is also part of their presser this afternoon.
I want to ask, why is INEC in a hurry to declare these results when majority of the political parties in Nigeria are saying no? They are rushing to declare, and he's saying you can come back after. Of course, they know what they are doing. Once you declare, then it becomes very cumbersome to get a redress. That is, if you are even able to get any redress. The redress we need is now. Let them do what the law says they must do and stop hurrying to nowhere. Thank you.
It's an addition. It's curious, sir, that INEC that could say for 48 hours before announcing results. It's suddenly in a hurry. I mean, you ask yourself, why? 48 hours. Even after 48 hours, we still don't have the results from directly uploaded into their server that is supposed to be transparent. They promise us a clear, transparent process where we can equally go to the server. We understand that even the password to the rack agents who are supposed to access and upload were not even given. So those are the issues that the INEC chairman must address. It's about his integrity. He's a professor of repute, we believe, up till now. He must demonstrate that reputation that he claims he has, or that we believe he has, before international committee. He has to. He has a duty to us, and he has a duty to the international committee and the partners that have invested so much in this democracy to ensure that we have a process of development slowly but surely. He has to come to speak to Nigerians and say,
no, he's not. He's not coming to speak to you. He's going to announce a call. If this whole thing, because as we speak right now, the soldiers are ready, the police are ready, they are just waiting for the command. They have highlighted places they believe there will be hotspots across Nigeria and unleash maximum violence on you. So Mahmoud is not coming to tell you. He's going to declare Kolu to add to the whole thing so that NLC will shut Nigeria down. TUC and the rest of them, obedient, will lead from the front. And some of these politicians as well, they will shut Nigeria down in the coming days if they carry out their, if Mahmoud carry out his own order. He's been paid to do what he's doing. Go to court, they say. But everybody knows that once you do that, so what's the law? What's the law here? Have you actually noticed the irony of life here? In 1993, 30 years ago, was it 30? Okay, let me use my fingers. 1993 to 2003, 10 years. 2013, 2023. 30 years ago, the man that was using his journalistic skills to fight for the mandate of MKO, Abiola, is on the other side of the coin today. He is now in the front line of those who want the power in Nigeria to remain in northern Nigeria. Bob D, Dele Momodu. Politics, so I'm just saying, irony of life. But it doesn't really matter, okay? They've told you. Politics is not about what? Politics is, there's no permanent friends, there's no permanent enemies in politics. Abi? Just permanent interests. I did ask you that, did you ever ask them that whose interest then is the interest? I said, well, I can answer you if you don't answer me. When politicians tells you, or their supporter says, there's no permanent friends or permanent enemy in politics, right? Only permanent interest. They are talking about their personal interest. You are just a pawn on their chess table. So you are going to have the coalition of political parties, coalition of labor force, coalition of churches, coalition of mosques, coalition of Yorubas and all other tribes across Nigeria that are actually going to agree with them in the coming days versus the coalition of Tinubu, because if Tinubu could muzzle the entire system in Nigeria, rig an election to this point, when he is not in power, that you see, imagine, CEO, the CPC, who are members of APC, as part of APC, have been identified as the saboteurs that were sabotaging Tinubu, even though they are trying to turn that around and say maybe it's part of the scheme to take the naira away, to take the fuel away and all of that, conspiracy theories and all of that. No. The CPC that have done everything to stop him from primaries, they didn't know that with the corrupt government that they are running, he has already eaten deeper into their institutions. So they don't even know where to fight from, who to fight, left, right, or center. Like, they have no idea. They are just mentioning his name. Tinubu, this, they, doing all of that. But they have no idea what is. It's like he cycled them. Majority of the people in their government have already compromised. In a way, I believe, to the point that even the INEC chairman, we do his bidding. So what will be left is this, after the whole thing. Mahmoud is going to declare Tinubu the winner. Chengbo. Except if there is a surprise broadcast from Buhari. And listen, I'm not, like I told you from the beginning of this broadcast, I said, I am just here to help you, to help manage the type of information that you're going to be feeding into your mind. I care about your mental health. Tension wall everywhere. There's so many fake news everywhere. A lot of them that will give you this hope, dash them within another few minutes. I am not here to make your mental health worsen. In fact, I am here to make you understand why you are under pressure and you are not sure what is going to happen next. What is going on? What is going on is that Nigeria is going to implode. To make it work faster, they will declare Tinubu as the winner. Then, for example,
INEC chairman must be fired. Yes. INEC chairman must be fired. Yes. INEC use the beavers, the beavers. INEC use the beavers, the beavers. INEC use the beavers, the beavers. INEC use. Our vote for Constanto, Constanto. Our vote for Constanto, Constanto. Our vote for Constanto, Constanto.
That's Abuja this afternoon. Now, that's how it's going to build. Because you know what Wike did in River State? Kai. The level of electoral violence, manipulation, rigging, that even shook the APC, that they are beginning to joke about it. Wike mad you. Abi fake news in it. Ashiwaju won River State. How is that possible? Now only 25% we said he should promise. I mean, he promised now. How come he can't deliver over 65%? Rig everything everywhere. That people in River State are like, what is going on? They were declaring their results and they are watching their TV with for the past 2 days. Because the wonder that Wike performed has turned him to the hero of APC. But guess what? River State is going to go up, explode soon too. A lot of activities will erupt in River State. And as for Wike, he believes that he is in charge. Come out and die, ni. as we have been told, all of you that collected with the weakest dollars to $200 that he gave to some of you coppers, if you are still in River State, I would advise you to leave River State now. Go somewhere very far. Don't tell anybody that you are leaving or where you are headed. Because as we have been told in the coming days, number one, Werewike himself is going to face something bigger that they haven't told you about yet. Okay? With what is done in River State. Nothing will happen. I agree with you. Nothing will happen. Hopefully not. But what they said now is that to cover and destroy all evidences, all of you we collected, especially some of you dumb enough to post them on social media that you collected money, you are joyful, If your family members, if you are one of their family members, or you are related to any of them watching me right now, the information I have is that because of what happened in River State, now when you get evidence, you go prove Amabi, they will have to destroy all evidence and the witnesses. You are a partaker in that fraud. You are a partaker in that haste. Now you are a witness, and they are destroying all evidences. I'm not joking. Some of you are thinking this is not. They are sending the message that everybody should leave because somehow, about two of those who collected money from Werewike, some people are saying that they can't see them. They have gone missing. That's why they raised the alarm. I just thought I should tell you. Now, talking about the manipulation, let's go back into the rooms where the whole thing is cooking. I am still going to show you the response of APCO. How could I show you all of this? That everybody is saying they should cancel election, they should do this or that. Do you think the likes of Alake, Dele Alake, the likes of FFK, the likes of Ugeli, charge and bail lawyer, senior advocate of New Sons, Festus Otobokeyamo, do you think they are all going to just look away? They are now calling on Buhari that even though you didn't support us, but you need to save our mandate to Buhari. We are forgiving you that you didn't know what you are doing when you challenge Asiwaju. But if you don't bring the soldiers out with these people who are threatening us now that Asiwaju cannot be declared winner, I'm going to take you to them too. Except if you are in a rush and you have somewhere to go to, which is all right. You can come back and watch that part, right? But if you are not in a hurry, let's go back into the rooms where things are happening and they are about to spill onto the streets. And don't let anybody on social media, all this Lagos Abobakus, all this Oshogbo Alimajiris, don't waste your energy in whatever they are writing. Most of them, they are replying from what their own senior colleagues are posting from groups like this. So if you are replying them on social media, you're just wasting your time. Most of them, the whatever they are doing, copy and paste to put on social media to defend Kolu and be joking and mocking you, they are coming from here. But Baba, now everybody they pain right now. Even many of them are in pain too. But guess what? They just believe that even if they have to mock you and feel good, it's like feel good one. Everybody in suffer. And if you go on and keep replying them, thinking you are engaging them, your papa, your mama, shut up your mouth, God will destroy you. You are wasting your time. How could you be wasting your time on social media engaging people who came from this WhatsApp group?
Almost all of you. And you are betrayal, many betrayals. Many things. So I can share for the boy. Share. I come to Lara in Kodero. Lara, you know. Bibi oni ya ni gbogbo yin. Ẹ jẹ́ lọ jáwọ́ nínú òṣì yìí. Kó má gba ìlú mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́.
Wèrè tó sọ̀rọ̀ sí tó sọ pé àwọn APC agent wo àwọn tó jẹ́ leader gọ́gọ́gọ́ ò lọ bá wọn ṣé owó tó ní kọ́kọ́ fáwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ gan wọn kò fún wọn dípò bóyá agent àbí àwọn aráàta ṣé labour tó ń wọlé ṣé ó náwó ni ṣó náwó dẹ̀ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ tọrọ síbi tọrọ wa kí ni wọ́n kọ́ fáwọn agent tí wọ́n fi jíṣẹ́ ìwọ gan ṣé ò ti gbàgbàgbàgbà bóyá wọn wá rántí ẹ̀ mọ́ sí ilẹ̀kùn wa bá ẹ kó ṣì lọ́jọ́.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure ti wà. Mbazo Yoruba. Gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu yìí. Pressure ti wà. Èyìnbó kò ṣe sọ. Ṣé ìlú lé? Fún wa lówó wa ànáwó wá sọ wá di lazy youth. Náà sọ wá di lazy youth. Òun ni mo wà ní táìmù yìí tí mi ò lè lọ bí iṣẹ́.
In Ekiti, they were promising to pay people after they voted. That you will get a lot. All this naira scarcity, everything. Buhari they do. So they put themselves in a room too. You better call Ashiwaju and congratulate him now. Yes, that's what they're asking for. And almost half of the country right now is saying, Shey you get? Well, let's go back to the rooms where everything is happening. Somebody from Gombe, I believe, had this to say about the elections in their own area. Yeah, take a look.
This time around, my name is Hussein Saraki, and I'm the representative of the Labour Party. We have received a lot of complaints regarding the conduct of the election in Bauchi local government. Most especially areas where it's perceived to be our stronghold. It's either givers were not provided on time or INEC officials were not mobilized to the venue on time. Between I and my Almighty God, I use my money to fund, to even help in mobilizing INEC staff to some of the polling units because they refuse to go. And there is a particular polling unit, Habila Zaki, in Birishiri, where after the conduct of the election, an INEC ad hoc staff was caught trying to alter the result. When some of our boys saw her, there is a video regarding this and everything. As a people, Bauchi State is the center of politics in Nigeria. Whatever you see is just an extension of that thing. We will not allow our name to be smeared. We want everything to be done properly and in organized manner. We have been seeing how results are being, received in other states. We don't want our state to look foolish or stupid. You all agree with me that Bauchi local government is our landlord, but yet is the last to come. Apart from being last to come, is one of the longest, local government that we received a lot of complaints. And this has gone to further buttress the fact that a lot of things went wrong. Because even if you look at the demeanor of the INEC staff, making the...
Do you get that? And it is just like he said, an expression of tens of thousands of communities who were done with APC. Just like in Lagos. You know what happened in Lagos? APC, they were targeting non-Yorubas, bullying them, threatening them. They ignored their Yoruba brothers and sisters. Because according to them, as foolish as they are, even if they are dying of poverty, joblessness, dying of underdevelopment and all of that, they are Yorubas. They're not supposed to tell anybody before they will all have to follow Tinubu. So they miscalculated. So when they are doing their systemic rigging from the hub, they were sharing voters' card to the Yorubas in Lagos. They were fencing out the Igbos. Did you not see that? Are you going to pretend that you didn't see that? That happened. Right? So they believed that they have managed to cut off their supposed imaginary enemy. Only for the Yorubas to turn up. Plus the non-Yorubas who are Lagosians themselves to turn up. Now they are begging everybody. Hey, let us remember these Igbo people are going to take over our land. Let them count all the votes. You count everything. Count each vote and allow everybody else to participate in it. You realize that 90% of the votes that will come from Lagos will come from the Yorubas themselves. You know what somebody told me? They said when they went out to go and participate in the elections, When the thugs came, they were threatening the Igbos in particular. You saw the video, so I'm not making it up. So they were threatening them and sending them away from the polling units. They were allowing the Yorubas to do things like, go ahead. There was no money to share. Labour Party has no money. APC too, they don't get money to give to anybody. As you heard the audio, they didn't have money to share. But if Tinubu already has the chairman, why must he bother himself about sharing money? They said when they started counting the votes, all of you are watching me from Lagos right now, you are shaking your head like, Maiyegun, you get because that's what happened. They said when they started counting votes, people come, they are looking at themselves like, so Labour ni one of the bofun, so now Labour you say vote for. So now Labour, all of us here vote for Sha. Where everybody they expect me will deliver for Tinubu. I swear, ask everybody who actually participated in the real election in Lagos, not those ones they chase away. So when they come with their agenda and then their propaganda of gaslighting the Igbos, it just shows you how little they are. And at the same time, how kind of, backward they are. But with violence, manipulation, intimidation, they can always, like, any win and win. Now go they complain, say they're rig. Sure you get any win and win. To them, especially the Lagos Abobakus. So talking about tampering with their own elections, rigging them, and having no idea how many of their own people actually detest them. Do you understand? Like, maybe they have no idea how many Yorubas, how many Igbos, how many Hausas, including Fulanis, how many of you in Nigeria actually detest these people? That if you have a chance, if they say, like they say in Yoruba, see this person, for all he has done to you, or you go and kill him. There are many of you that when you are given the opportunities, many of these politicians, you will not take them 3 steps before you finish them. Let us be honest, right? So, the, what do you call it? The drama, which actually makes them feel like they've miscalculated. Right now, they are now threatening Yorubas in Lagos with Igbos are coming to take over your land. They still didn't know that Yorubas don't like them. Do you understand? Like, it is like a referendum to say, no? Wrong? It's all right. Let's go back to that same more talking about manipulation and the reactions of the people who are now cooking up. Before I take you into the another scene, where the wicked cook figure, people were killed, people disappeared. A lot of them are harassed, attacked. To the point that the rivers they've started fighting back at a point. And the REC, Abina EO, the person in charge of the elections in Rivers State, Baba had to say, except INEC intervene, they announce any result anymore. Because the entire Rivers State people, and people from outside Rivers State, they don't call them. Tell them, say, now you then use Abi. You don't collect the money, Abi. We go show, now you make sure, say, the beavers know they work. Now you they rig our elections. Man say, no, they do again. Before he came back to come and announce, call you. They told him, don't worry, go there, go and announce. Anybody will come try you, we go deal with them. Don't worry, you are protected.
We cannot accept.
In the absence of further comments, I want to re-emphasize that I still want to adjourn coalitions. Coalitions will be adjourned, like I said, until INEC, indeed represented by the REC, because in the assault I have received for the past 3 days, they have failed to recognize the difference between the scope and the REC of Rivers State. When there are crises in polling units, the attack is on my phone and myself that I'm responsible. When beavers fail to function, the attack is equally on my phone that I'm responsible. In fact, I'm responsible for the code errors and the rest of that, or malfunctioning of givers. And so I believe that if the INEC, represented by REC, is able to address this misinformation, we can reconsider and convey. But for now, coalition is thereby adjourned. Thank you for your time.
INEC hasn't responded, and the guy came back to announce the final cook. Yeah? And to these guys, anybody.
We cannot accept rigging. We voted and we knew who we voted for. And we have evidences of rigged elections, wounded coppers and INEC ad hoc staffs. We have evidences of the rigging going on. And we have evidences of reasons why the INEC refused to open their portal for the whole world to see
that, because you will still have to prove that to the whole world. A lot of the people didn't give them a chance, remember? A lot of you, I told you, see, this is not the time for you to be saying, we told you so. In fact, for all of you who have been waiting for an opportunity, right, to take these criminals to the cleaners, here's your opportunity. It's not a time to gloat and mock. Because when you do that, you are actually helping the establishment that made you say you don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. That's exactly what you are doing. In case if you don't know. Yeah. Every time you mock them, laugh at them, what you are doing is that you are strengthening the same oppressors that forced you to ask and demand and even ready to die to leave Nigeria and watch Nigeria break up peacefully. But if you don't see it that way, that's okay. That's fine. Enjoy your mocking them, laughing at them. In fact, begin to accept a friend request from Lagos Abobakus, Buhari idiots, barbarians. You can begin to accept their friend request because you can actually be buddies, especially this season, and laugh at them. I remember when I asked you, I said, majority of you were laughing at them for months. I think that was weeks ago. I said, are you sure you are still laughing at them, or you will be laughing at them as they are about to actually disrupt the entire political system that even the establishment is not prepared for? It sounded like a faboo, a fairy tale. Maiyegun back, Nigeria is Nigeria. I said, if there is any group that shocked us in this dear charade, it is the obedient who walked the talk. They said they were capable of making Obi president. And the people that is rigging their election openly, bragging about it, they were still able to allocate over nearly 6 million votes to Obi. This is a vote that they told you will never happen. Forget it, Joe. They are just wasting their time. Now, if the same people says, no, we are not going to go away, you're not going to rob us and go away, I advise you not to laugh at them, okay? Because you might end up even joining them soon. Because, as they say, the enemy of my enemy can actually be my friends, you know? And it seems that we all have one thing in common. We just want to be free from this contraption. Something has to give. Something has to shift. If you don't understand it to that level, that's fine. It's okay. All right? But for those who understand what I just said, Nigeria is about to go down because of APC, Egbeke criminality. But guess what? They will be going down with it too. But in Nigeria, you know, they're not going to go down without a fight. They are counting on Buhari to help them use the soldiers now. This is when you're going to know whether those soldiers that Buhari sent for your elections, right, whether they were actually for elections or to protect the rigging that has been cooked for a long time. You are about to find out. And you're actually about to find out if they are actually fighting or not. All in the next few hours. And as expected, APC Egbekegbe will not go down without a fight. Take a look at their own press conference. Here is one of them. Let's see.
Quiet, please. Please, for God's sake, for crying out loud, let us hear her out. Please, one house. Please, let us hear her out. She has a fundamental right to air her views, however obnoxious those views are. So she has a right to air the view, and we reserve the right to respond. She has raised an issue that we should tone down our rhetorics, right? The language.
I didn't say so.
Meanwhile, thank you. You have made the point, right? You have made your point, okay? So you will ask your question. Now, I will respond to the issue you raised about lowering our language, okay? Now, you carried live the press conference of PDP and LP just now. Yes. You carried live Dino Melaye shouting, huffing and puffing and employing gutter snipe on air on your station. Now.
I mean, I told you it's getting down. Somebody is asking me that who do I support or who do I actually support? I'll give you the answer, okay? There's no gainsaying. I support the people that will help destroy the hegemony that is holding every nation down right now. Yeah, whatever, anything that will actually make that happen. You rigged the election. You stole elections. When the people came out and said, your government, the evil government that you have in Nigeria, APC, is killing them. What did you do? The same government ordered their killings, more killings, right? When the Shiites said they are being persecuted for their own religious freedom, what did you do? What did the APC government do? They shot and killed thousands of them, jailed their leaders, disobeyed different court orders that said he must be freed. Remember? Then it got to a stage. Omoyele Sowore dropped the iPad, dropped the pen and paper of reporting Nigeria. Put on the gown of revolution that we must save ourselves or else all of us go die. They are killing people up north, kidnapping them. These criminals don't give a damn. What happened? APC, Egbekegbe turned the guns on them too. Shot and killed them and jailed them. Disobeyed court orders many times. Illegal impunity for years. And that was actually when the Biafrans were like, we are done. At that point, it was at the boiling point that if we are not going to be able to actually express our displeasure with the marginalization that we have suffered, what are we doing in Nigeria? Let's go our way. Let's go our separate ways. What did Nigeria do? What did APC, what did they do? They turned their guns on them and killed them. They kidnapped their leader. Somebody was like, there was a few days ago that we're having this conversation around how many of you perceive Nnamdi Kanu. All the nonsense that goes on in Eastern Nigeria. That's why I don't really like Nnamdi Kanu. I do understand your personal prejudice towards him. He has said a lot of things. He said a lot of things about a lot of people, you know what I mean? So yeah, you'll be right. But can any of you, in all honesty, let's you come up jali. Mo will no lie, mo will no thief. I'm going to ask you this direct question. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was using his Radio Biafra, and he was there everywhere, lambasting the criminals in Nigeria and calling on the Biafrans to wake up and get ready to leave Nigeria, can you please, in all honesty, remind me of just one single incident of violent attack or intimidation recorded when Nnamdi Kanu was out there? Can you give me one? And can you also give me the record of How many of those politically sponsored violence in Eastern Nigeria happened? Only immediately they took him, kidnapped him. How many of you will remember that? That there was no single violence in Eastern Nigeria. No single one. Until Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. The rest, they say, is history. So I understand a country that spends billions of your money propagating falsehood, a narrative that is totally tribal, that is totally laced with tribal profiling. So for years, who am I? I mean, I don't think I have enough, what do you call it, current to counter all those propaganda. To the point that Nigeria paid people over $7 million, lobbyists, they call them, to go to America and lobby the American, what do they call them? Congress, so that they can help them facilitate the proscription of IPOB as a terrorist organization. They asked them to bring evidence, but there was none other than fabrications, lies that they couldn't prove. But for all the time the guy was around, there was no single. I mean, if I am wrong, tell me, okay? I'm not living in Eastern Nigeria, but trust me, I have been covering the activities of the IPOB before some of the charlatans who are now making the mess of it today. Seriously, I have covered them very much. Tell me, if there was a single violence, what have you anywhere? The injustice is that he said we are being marginalized. I mean, it was actually when I was covering them that I realized that, Egbon, sir, there is no one single completed federal government project in the entire Eastern Nigeria since independence. Can you believe that? At least it's one Nigeria, isn't it? One Nigeria, one Nigeria. But can you believe, fact for fact, that there is no one single, whether na rail, whether na road, whether na schools, whether na hospitals, whether na whatever, in Eastern Nigeria since 1960. Nobody say they don't feel develop themselves, so. But they can't do anything without the approval of the federal government of Nigeria. Then, unfortunately, they were also caused with horrible people in charge of their affairs, like everyone else. So Nnamdi Kanu said, we are going to die if we don't, or if we can't see what this is all about. We are going to die. That was harsh, wasn't it? It was harsh. He could have said it like, oh, it's so dangerous. So all of you, these people will do this. You know what I mean? Like, be nice. But it wasn't. It was harsh. But he was saying the truth. What did they do to them? Or what are they doing to them now? That's Nigeria. I'm just saying all of these things because they are there. And they are indeed the result of the disjointed Nigeria, divided Nigeria, courtesy of the APC, divisive policy. This is a fact, isn't it? These are the ingredients of the division, where people will tell you Nigeria is a zoo, Nigeria is a this, Nigeria is a no this and that. I will never have anything to do with Nigeria again in my life. APC did that, didn't they? Now, the same APC who did all of that to all of you that make you feel like, no, I'm not interested in Nigeria anymore. Same thing with Oloye Sunday Igboho. We witnessed all of that. He was just on his own when the people of Oyo North, after years of sending SOS, Save Our Soul, to different organs of government in Nigeria, over the incessant kidnapping and terrorism that they have been subjected to for years, nobody responded. Until Igboho decided to pick up their cause. And immediately, they put a target on the back of Igboho as well. You know the rest of the story. Yoruba says we want to leave. And then they say we are terrorists, we must be killed. APC, Egbe. So if the same people who said they wanted a better government, they wanted a better protective, they want to feel like citizens of Nigeria, they have been denied all of that. They have been treated badly. They came out to show that to show that displeasure. What did they do? They turned their guns on them and killed them, jailed them, and oh dear. That happened before your very eyes. Fellow Nigerians praised them and defended them. You saw that. So we are all victims here. So there's no point in you saying or telling them that we told you. Rather, you should start getting your own boots up now. For those of you who are there, I heard that a lot of you are already organizing a lot of outbursts around the world. That's exactly what we want to see. Yeah, that's what we want to see. And it's not up to me. It's not up to some of us. It is just going to happen. And APC, they will use propaganda to turn it around. But guess what? It's actually going to make it worse. In their own press release is called. Let's listen to other part of it.
Language, okay? Now, you carried live the press conference of PDP and LP just now. Yes. You carried live Dino Melaye shouting, huffing and puffing and employing gutter snipe on air on your station. Now, before then, your station has carried live more obnoxious and pugnacious statements, right? Yes. So therefore, your point, you have made your point. We have listened to you. We have responded. Ask your question.
So what I was trying to say in essence is, we do know that the situation in the country is tense at the moment.
It's not tense. Please ask your question. Let her ask her question. No, let her ask the question. Please, just leave her. Please get to it quickly.
So coming from the PDP, what they are saying, they're not holding sway for Obasanjo or any other person who is saying.
We never said they were.
No, this is my question.
Okay.
I have the right, like you have said. They're saying irretrievably compromised. That's how they're tagging the election. So are you saying INEC should continue with the process as it is right now, despite the fact that just this morning, the rep in Rivers State refused to even announce the result because of threats to his life, showing that things are not perfect. So what I'm asking you in essence is, are you saying we should continue, even though we do know that, everywhere across the country...
Please, relax. Thank you very much. Have you finished?
Yes.
So they said that APC, Egbekegbe, called press conference after all this conference, after press by PDP Labour Party, right? And they started shouting at themselves, like you saw there, right? And if nobody is going to listen, right? Alake, just read the statement, and there's no point in having an interaction, okay? Just read the statement. And guess what Alake read out to the media? In preparation for whatever is going to come, Yakubu is going to announce Tinubu, and they will tell you, let L loose. Yeah. It will be complicated when it is, yeah? Here we go.
Finally, we call on Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi to emulate former President Jonathan, Goodluck Jonathan, by conceding defeat honorably. This election has already been won by our candidate, according to the results declared at the collation centers in the state. In 2015, President Jonathan did not wait for INEC to finish collation before he called President Buhari and congratulated him in the true spirit of democracy and sportsmanship. We urge Atiku Abubakar and Obi to follow the same path of honor instead of attempting to heat up the polity via the reckless statements by surrogates. Let Atiku and Obi do the needful, do the decent thing, and save Nigeria any agony by calling Tinubu now and conceding defeat. Thank you, gentlemen. Now I want to play you the tape. If your cameras can zoom in on this in my hand, so you see the visual clearly and the video of it. I'm increasing the volume. Here goes.
Back in 2007, it is said that you actually said that that election would be a do or die election. No. I said for my party. For your party. For my party. The PDP will want to win the election, not by one group. But of course, you know that it's about that election. Now, from being fair. No, that election was fair. You think so? Oh yes. Look, there is no election we have had in Nigeria that has not been disputed. The election was disputed, all right, but the election reflected the will of the people of Nigeria.
They had to play Obasanjo's interview, where he was also accused of rigging elections and all of that. The drama don't start to. However, you remember when I told you that there are other jara they are adding to the whole thing now, okay? So which means the coming days, they are going to be interesting. And when I say interesting, yeah, you're going to see that in the whole melee, politicians will be politicians. Now that Labour Party and PDP are pushing in the one front, and ADC pushing in one front, politicians are also going to be going behind there to meet with Kolu, cut their own deal, sabotage whatever is coming. And I think that's exactly what's going to make it more confusing. Or will destroy it eventually, or destroy the enthusiasm. I implore you, as the old drama is looking like there's going to be a big showdown, I advise you to manage your expectation. We are talking about Nigeria. Sure, you get everything happening in Nigeria when it comes to politics, beats every logic. You can't put a bet here or there and go to bed. Ticket, especially when I say ticket, I'm talking about your mental health. Manage your expectations, okay? Like going back to the point where people who have been reacting here and there concerning this election, right? I haven't seen much of what do you call it? I haven't seen much of Obi, except at the time. This is what they call power alignment, okay? When you understand this image properly and with what is going on, okay, it is all going to come down to why don't Tinubu set up a government of national unity? That's exactly what happened in 1999 when Obasanjo was rigged in against Falaye that actually got, maybe Obasanjo wasn't rigged in anyway, because the northern Nigeria voted for Obasanjo, the Igbos, eastern Nigeria voted for Obasanjo, but Yorubas put all our eggs in one basket because Obasanjo, we believe, never aligned with the Yoruba interest, if all of you remember. But immediately when people started complaining about the election, the rigging and all of that, they said Obasanjo should form a government of national unity. What is government of national unity? They will tell Tinubu to appoint people from Labour, from PDP, from other parties all over the place into his government. So that will be like, and they can then walk around the bad election. Tinubu will come out and say he agrees that the election was mad with different problems. But since he has been declared winner, he calls on everybody to come and work with him. So then, that is where they will begin the horse trading, political horse trading, where they will begin to play on your psychological intelligence. They will do a lot. They will play with you a lot until they wear you out. You know, they will wear you out. You become so weary. You become so tired. Every day, the news of the election, the news of this, the news of that, you begin to withdraw. Then you begin to agree with them and say, oh, who even know? Maybe Obi self will disappoint everybody. Maybe Obi self is not even like, maybe Tinubu is even Biden in America. Maybe, that thing, they are called reverse psychology. They are already playing them, okay, on you. They will say, for the sake of Nigeria. And guess what? It is to break their rank. That's why I'm telling you to manage your expectation. There is difference between me telling you what I think will happen if everybody who is angry right now in Nigeria actually comes together and say, no, this election will not hold. This result and this rigging will not stand. That will kind of, buoy your confidence, your feeling. Abi? But I'm telling you that when it comes to Nigeria politics, everything about them defies logic. So the little information you have, please make use of them as much as you can, because they may become invalid in the less than 24 hours. That's the way I deal with it anyway. Do you understand? So manage your expectation, because there is plan as well as to make sure that this stands. Anyway, if that is clearer or not, let me take you to another part where, when I said Labour Party of Obi and Obedient, you were robbed left, right, and center. It is not just Tinubu that robbed you, okay? Even Atiku robbed you. Okowa robbed you. But today, what they haven't really helped you to figure out is that by the time you begin to shake Atiku and Tinubu and all of the stolen voters you are expecting, when they begin to fall off, you realize that Atiku and Okowa appearing at a joint presser to fight APC, you end up having to push them to the front, come on your belt or koboko, and start wiping them. Because even Okowa received whip, serious whipping in Delta. Baba enter in your own polling unit in Delta States, right? And everybody was kind of, who be this one? Their governor is still the governor. This is the person who invested over 200 billion in this Atiku's presidential charade. Seriously? You know the story, right? How could somebody who spent that much, the Ezego Buruburu of Atiku's presidential campaign from Delta State, or he reach Delta State, Baba enter in own polling unit. Now in the force greeting on people. Hey, who be this one? Yet they declared thousands of votes for Atiku from the same place. Now, see, now Kowa all of now obedient to go first beat. When they finally say, okay, yeah, maybe they recheck all of the votes and the results. You go beat this guy, and I can feel it. I can smell it.
Don't disrupt the voters. Control
all classes, you know what they call F level, where you get failure in all the subjects that you take. F9, F8, F9, F8, FF, double F. That is his name.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
thank you, Lord. What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord. What I'm actually saying to all of you concerning the influence that the obedient wield, you are actually the most powerful force when it comes to this year 2023 charade. You shook everybody to their marrow. And that's a fact. You were the target of their rigging. I just wanted you to know that, as you are going to be demanding that they should count the vote of APC again. By the time you start asking them to count the vote of PDP as well, you go join them together again. You will realize that the PDAPC, now the same body of the same coin, or should I say the hands of two, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying, Shabi? You go beat them together. Because when I started seeing the videos, including the result that were supposed to come from that part of southern Nigeria, I hope you realize that anyway. So, they found the man at the center of it all. Like, don't let me use go care. Like, go worry. I mean, is this just me? The man they are talking, they have rigged him. He will not even get up to 10,000 votes. He will not even, if the Jardine just said, if Obi should win up to, if Obi win 3 local governments in Lagos, it will give somebody 5 million naira or something like that. How many of you heard that? This guy shocked everybody. Let's actually acknowledge that. Even if you have told them that they will rig them out and the rest, fine. You told them, okay, fine. But did you expect them to do the way they did? Did you? Did you expect them to be the target of the whole rigging? From the north to the south. They were shouting. Nobody knows him in the north. Nobody knows him in the north. Yet, they had to what? They had to cancel all of his supposed vote from that same north. And they were writing 0 for him. 0 here, 500 here. A whole state. And they are now asking him to probably just, for the sake of Nigeria, Obi, talk to your people. Okay, Obi, Oya, talk to your people. He said he should calm down. The guy looks like he's not worried. Or he's not showing it. Right?
Obi adro wana yota. Maka ebi no we protest right now like no. I get you wana. So by INEC when comment to be. INEC comment we can mal go go open and no kita jilo work am not. At the end of the day, we will not expect much from them because you're trying to remove a situation that has been there for years. What we need is to remain calm and persistent, saying this is wrong. We will not get it. We will remain calm.
Do you see what he said? That's his own code language to the obedient by telling them that you must be persistent to. By reminding them that this is wrong and it will not stand. Without having to scream like Delia like why don't you? Anyway. Omo. INEC said 85 million of you collected your voters card. In 2019, with a small voters turnout, you were able to get 30 million votes or something. Buhari scored 15 million or something. Atiku, 12 million or 13 million. Now they had to cut down. God knows how much of those of you who escaped through their dragnet, and then you ended up having to thumbprint for Peter Obi in millions. Imagine what it took them to cut him down from whatever they have done to this size. How many of you expected this? I keep asking. So if they are saying that if INEC continue what he is doing, then INEC should consider itself as an agency of government in Nigeria that has planted wind and is about to harvest where wind. This is partly the message of the NLC to INEC. Sure you get. So there's they wrote one a few days ago, warning INEC to stop all the violence and to never, be part of those who are going to destroy democracy. But they've sent another letter, which is this one. There's actually another one from another group. NDC statement, Niger Delta Niger Delta something anyway. So NDC, they are also sending their own warning. Like somebody said yesterday, if this whole thing goes down, it may be indeed, like they say, no be where you buy them, you go cut them, right? Do you remember that woman that got elected in Abuja, right, for Senate? She was facing something earlier today when they decided to rewrite her own elections too, by saying they are going to cancel some local councils in Abuja, and they will do a rerun before they will determine a winner until the people in Abuja, at least this one we know. They reduced their numbers in Abuja so much that people in Abuja started saying, this can't be Abuja result. This is not our result. Ireti Kingibe. Yeah? She was facing one of them earlier today. Look at this.
Now, I'm being told that the person that was writing in the results, he wrote 2 + 2 = 5. The judges said it's overvoting. The EO said no. It is an error from that person, whether he did it on purpose or accidentally. All the result sheets show there was no overvoting in any of the polling units. So how can you now cancel the whole area council? We have watched them. Millions and millions have been bribed in this place. Even up to $1 million has been put into this place to try to take the seat, and it's not going to happen. So I'm going there now to let them all know that we are not standing for this rubbish. They go everywhere. We have watched them. They cancel polling units where we are strong. What have they not done? Thugs go to a collation center, that INEC collation center that's supposed to have security. They get everything, presidential result sheet. So let's all go.
They wanted to rob her. And I think it didn't take long before the people of Abuja hit the street. The video I showed you earlier. Let me show that again. Right?
INEC chairman must be fired. Yes. INEC chairman must be fired. Yes. INEC use the beavers, the beavers. INEC use the beavers, the beavers. INEC use the beavers, the beavers. INEC use. Our vote for Moscato, Moscato. Oh yes. Our vote Moscato, Moscato. Our vote. That's it. Oh yes. Our vote Moscato, Moscato. Our vote.
So she's been declared winner, by the way. Okay. And from what I have been told, immediately they declared Tinubu as your president-elect. The process of taking back some of this one seat by Labour Party will start right away. And that is all of those Labour Party people or SDP or any of those smaller parties that have been declared winner in this tsunami. Imagine this. Those who are associated with the presidential candidate of Labour Party, many of them are clearing, and they are retiring veteran politicians across Nigeria. No joke. They were defeating people that they didn't spend a dime to contest against. But the man that they are benefiting from his own grace, they don't steal all of his own votes. And they said he is third. Right? Well, doesn't really matter now. they declared her winner. And I think before she was declared winner, she appealed to her own supporters too. Wow.
Have come in. AMAC is now at the AMAC Collation Center, and once that is collated, it's gone to the collation center, it's gone to the AMAC Area Council Collation Center. So once it's collated, they'll now take all of them and go to the FCT Collation Center, and from there they can announce. And there have been a few issues of in Abuja, the results were not tallying. So we've had a few, and a lot of violence. Okay. So that is what has delayed. But the police here have been on top of things. Everywhere where we call them, they've been able to preempt, except for the Gwarimpa Collation Center where it was not possible to preempt. They had gone in, destroyed the place, tore some of the papers, I'm not sure which ones. So it's coming, just a little slow because our opponents are not losing graciously. So let's see what happens.
All right, but your supporters are worried about this situation presently. What is your call to them?
I'm just going to tell them to be calm. The margins are very high, really too high to stop the victory. So they should just relax, have some faith in FCT AMAC, if not in FCT INEC, if not in the whole of INEC. I am confident that eventually the results will be announced. Most of us are confident that it's just a matter of time.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, and they should just be relaxed and calm also.
Okay, thank you.
We know what the results were on the streets, so it's difficult to change that.
Okay.
So that was Ireti. And I was thinking of not leaving you out by taking one or two calls before I go tonight. But you do me one very, very kind favor by giving me just a minute or two to make myself a cup of tea, so that when I get back, I can take one or two calls. Just let's see what your reactions are. I've said mine. I've shared with you all of the content that puts a whole story together. And indeed, I would like your own part to be the concluding part as well. So it won't just be one-sided too. What do you think? What do you think? What are you saying? What have I missed from what I've said so far? I'll be back in a minute or two. Okay? Do me that favor, like this broadcast, share it if you haven't already. And when I get back, I'll begin to take those calls. Yeah? And we can have those extended conversation for another half an hour before we go tonight. I'll be back.
onye du aịkọ o meriwo n'izu onye ya abakare mama dawora una pori meri Nandi win the war Python that's one Python that's two now Python that's a three una pori meri Nandi win the war Python that's one Python that's two now Python that's a three una pori meri Nandi bu onye du aịkọ o meriwo n'izu mbiro ya abakare mama ndawora una pụghị meri Nnamdi win the war Python that's one Python that's two now Python that's a three una pụghị meri.
Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun Baba.
Baba, how you be?
Yeah, I'm good, Baba. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks for asking.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'm always here following the program, every day, we are always Maiyegun fans from the day one,
God bless you, Baba. God bless you. So here we are.
The way you deliver, the way you deliver the message across the world, people just keep liking you so much. And the reason why people like you is because you stand by your word and you never make any mistakes.
Try not
and
to.
What you say at the past, when you get to the future, it will be like a vision. Like you've seen that vision before, to be honest, I don't know. Anyway, good evening, the whole house, because I know the whole house is, everyone is with you this night. I know that.
A lot of people are interested in the conversation around what is going on. Understanding it is so important right now. You know that?
Exactly. What I want to say is that I want to have a conversation, maybe just for 2-3 minutes or more. But what I don't understand, since 2000, if I could remember vividly, since 2017, after the election, Buhari election, or 2019, somewhere there.
Yeah.
We know that even when Buhari came in as a president, they rigged the election.
It was rigged.
It was rigged. So why people are fighting now that Tinubu rigged the election? They should know from and I'm 100% sure that if you are in Nigeria at this stage, you will never vote because you already know what they are capable of.
That's right. I'll put a lot of people off.
So we are saying, we are saying on this program that people should boycott the election, but a lot of people go ahead and vote for election. So this is what they expect. This is what they should expect in the first place. I was wondering why people are making noise. No, this is no, they rigged the election. How can you say they rigged the election? Because I never see any election in Nigeria that wasn't rigged before.
No single one.
And we told them that boycott the election. Don't even vote at all. And you went ahead and went. And you, to be honest, I pray Tinubu should become a Nigerian president. The way they pray Buhari should become a Nigerian president, so that they can suffer more.
Well, somebody said that they might need another 8 years, but is that actually right? Like, go on.
If Tinubu can spend more than 8 years, so that these Nigerian people, they can be wise in the future, maybe later after Tinubu, because you can't vote, even if you vote Peter Obi cannot do anything. Atiku cannot do anything. Tinubu cannot fix Nigeria. Why are we lying to ourselves? When are we going to be wise?
Wow.
We said this long time ago.
We have been saying it. We're almost saying it almost every day. But it was more or less like we are discouraging them and all of that. But I feel like we have gotten to a stage whereby we should all endeavor, right? If we can, for those who can, because I can't really tell people what to do or not, right? For those who can, right?
Exactly.
We should endeavor to not travel the route of I told you so. Because whatever it is, right? They have become more victims of what we are victims of, that we told them don't validate their election. Now they have done that, right? and they said they are about to fight. I don't think the route of we told you so is ideal now, if not for us to be indirectly wanting the establishment to continue lording it over us. In my own opinion, Baba, but I am with you. Go on.
Exactly. That's okay. I think that's the reason. That's the same way I also reason. That's the reason you reason.
Like it has happened now.
That's where you reason.
What are they going to do? Do you know that several days? You remember that several days, right? When I talk about the politics and all of that, I always said they are going to rig you. You know they are going to rig you.
Of course.
So when they rig you, what are you going to do? Do you remember I used to ask that all the time? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to just walk away after a few days of, hey, we're not going to agree, or you're actually going to stand your ground now? But it seems we are about to find out. That's why I'm telling people that for those of us who underrated them until now, with what they have pulled off right now, it is probably not really a good idea to still underrate them if they say we no go agree. It's just for us to wait and see, isn't it? And support them, in fact.
Yeah. What's supposed to happen is Nigerians should stand up for Sowore. I don't know Sowore. I don't care about Sowore. But he hasn't been in this contraction election or contraction government, whatever.
That's right.
You understand? That's the only person.
Even as
it's never been part of them.
It's not.
Okay, Maiyegun. Okay, please. You know, Sowore said something that they said he doesn't have experience to lead Nigeria, but they want him to fight for Nigeria.
Do you know they're already dragging him out now that he should join them in all of this too? But Sowore that I know, he will join them.
And he's not going to join them. I suppose that. I believe him. He's not going to. He wants to know that most Nigerians are so stupid for them to go and vote again for these people. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I think the last election,
right?
Okay, a lot of people that they're supposed to vote for Sowore, most of them didn't vote for Sowore, and they went ahead to go and vote for Buhari.
That's right,
isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
And Buhari treat them the way they want. So now they should just call Lu also to come in to treat them the way they want.
Well, but the difference again here is that you know one thing, right? The difference is that the way I see it, okay, for the first time, right? This guy said they will vote, despite all the advices that, like you said, right? And they tried to stop them from voting. Now they are rigging them out. Do you get that now? So if if we say let Tinubu deal with them again, are we not kind of endorsing what they have proved to us that they could dispose? You know what I mean? Like they have shown it. They actually had the capacity to dispose PDP and APC, right?
Maiyegun,
go on.
Maiyegun,
yeah.
Maiyegun, please. Just let's look back to the NSAS.
That's right, NSAS.
Do you think it's easy for all these politicians to asthma the whole country?
I bet it wasn't easy.
It's to be honest, the only way we can deal with them is not to anyone not to vote. That's it. Let's end it at this place. Exactly. But if you say you want to vote, even if you say you want to vote, you want to vote Peter Obi. If Peter Obi become a president, there's something that has been existing still going to continue existing.
I know.
Nothing is going to change. Is it Hausa is going to live? Hausa will allow Peter Obi just to rule them just like that, and to make Nigeria to become, because Nigeria that is not better today is better for some people in Nigeria, even outside Nigeria. But it's just minor people. But the majority of people that they are not clever enough to come together and say no one should vote. Enough is enough.
Let me take another caller, so that we can hear their own perspective of this whole thing too, like we do all night. Let's hear from others too. Baba, thank you so much. I'll take another call. Here we are. Hey, I'm gonna. I have to put you on the real line, so everybody can hear you, not just me. Baba, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you perfectly well.
Brilliant. It was just me. I mean, you know, the phone wasn't connected at that time. I don't know why, but I'm glad that everybody also can hear you too. How are you?
I'm fine, Maiyegun. Good evening.
And good evening to you too.
He just shy. Scotland looking good oil shining on your face, Maiyegun.
I get so many lights in front of me. Don't be deceived.
I tell you.
Really?
So Maiyegun,
Baba,
I called you back. I tell you, say, remember what I tell you yesterday when the lady tell me, say, he disagree with me. The other man say he disagree with me. Maiyegun. Listen. Okay, make I open up to you now.
Oh yeah.
I am a retired naval captain from Okemiri Base, River State, Port Harcourt.
Fantastic. You were the one mentioning all those oil rig, oil location, and the rest of them yesterday. So I'm going to listen to another part of it tonight. Tell me.
You see, You see what that naval captain, that Yoruba naval captain came wants to say at AIT that they wanted to kill that man.
Captain Taiwo.
Thank you very, very much. Everything that man said was truth. Nothing he said that was lie. Everything from A to Z is truth. Because in that your DSS office, I've worked there for 2 years. I've worked as an intelligence officer in Nigeria under Navy. I worked as a secret agent in Nigeria. I took a war. I did not resign. I ran away for a reason when they wanted to send me to what did they call it in Borno State. I told them no way, I can't go. They wanted to force me. Even I spent days in Gadru, a captain. I escaped. They sent 2 men to go to my house with me to go and take my things and come back so they will relocate me. When I got to my house, I jumped my window. They were waiting for me outside. I jumped my window through the fence and took off. That was how I escaped. Finally, the same way now the calendar, I got myself in Europe. You know the process. I don't have to start saying all this.
And we don't really have to go into much of, you know what I mean, too, yeah?
So, what I'm telling you is that I have studied Nigeria very, very well. The level of oppression in that country right now, those people has been so subjugated to the extent that money, you see that in money, naira. Even if they want to act, what you just have to do, find 1 or 2 people among them, give them money. The whole thing will just flop. Nothing will happen.
To speak nonsense. In fact, speak against the same movement that they have bled for.
I thought I missed it on. I said again. All these things go just within 1 week, 2 weeks.
It will just no, it's not part of waiting I talk earlier that now to waiting now that they don't even have PDP to eat, they have added the 5th columnist, what did they call them? They will neutralize them from within. And the establishment will regroup. And that will be the end of it, but I hope not.
Add CP, add CCP, add Nigeria. Nothing will happen by a good. If you don't study that country very well, you know what I tell you. You see that NSAS? That NSAS was the peak of everything that would have happened in Nigeria. If it did not happen then, it will not happen again. Wow. For Nigeria to be good, except to take the military to come back, maybe through what powers they will say military should hand over, military will not conduct another election. Maybe if they are lucky, somebody good will come. But for say normal democratic, there is nothing like democracy in Nigeria. It will not happen.
It's the what do you call it? It's the best trigger. Let the best trigger win. That's their election in Nigeria. There's nothing like democracy. Let the best trigger win.
Let the man that has the most cash win. Nothing will happen. I'm going to talk every day. I'm going to call you to remind you to me. You will say nothing.
I don't like that. I wanted to make sure that the mental health of our people is well managed, but you are just too blunt. All right. And then I don't also like absoluteness. You are speaking with absoluteness, right? It's scary. That's scary.
I'm saying it like this, It's two-way thing. It's a two-way thing. I'm saying nothing will happen because I know nothing will happen. And I'm also gingering them when they hear my voice because I know many of them
show to you that something will happen. Like when somebody say nothing will happen. So I get it now. You they use your DSS, what's they call them? Decoy. To do what they call this reverse psychology. Get them more angrier. Tell them they can't do something. They can never do that. I forget it. Nigeria will crush you.
And they talk because me, all my life, I never vote one day.
I like your style. I hate politics. Okay. I think I like your style.
Then they have this on their mind. Nothing will happen.
Anyway, I'll take another one, so that we can manage all the time tonight. Nice one, thank you. Everyone is interested for real, and I want you to see yourselves watching me right now as the jury, and I want you to scratch out what he said from all that, okay? And remember the last one when he said he just wanted you to get more and more motivated to fight for what you think is your right. What is your right? Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good, sir.
Good day.
God bless you. I'm good.
Brilliant. So, this is Maiyegun, by the way. If you care, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Osas. We spoke the other time, maybe a week or more.
Right.
Ago.
Remind me.
Yeah. Well, I told you I'm in Spain.
I remember. Well, it's all right. One single word would have done. I just want to address you by your first name. But if you are going to be like, I call you days ago.
Okay, my name is Osas.
That's fine.
I told you my name the other time. Osas.
Osas. That's all I wanted, Baba, so that I will remember the next time too. Sorry, I didn't this time. Okay. So yeah, you're live. Osas. Everyone can hear you, sir. Please.
Yeah, I'm just listening to the first caller and the second caller. I love everything you are doing. The first caller, I would say, those things that he's saying, including the second caller, it's almost kind of, they have one belief that nothing good is going to come out of it. You know, I was having that to be difficult.
I know, Osas. I spent 2 hours trying to tell everybody here that I don't think it's ideal to try to mock them and say, I told you so. But I am only entitled to my own opinion. That's why I opened the line. Let everybody say their own mind too. Sure you get, But go on, Osas.
But I like it because the more they does it, the more they motivate them to keep pushing. You know, even, when that first caller was talking about Showore, I don't hate him. I like Showore, but the truth is that Showore is only kind of he presents himself as a perfect man. Every other person are not good.
Right.
And disobedient, they are very clever and intelligent people. They can read somebody. They have read Showore that he is not a good leader. A leader is someone that is learning, that knows that he is not perfect. And that is what Peter Obi shows to them. That is what they are seeing in Peter Obi. Showore is the opposite.
I see.
Those are what they are not seeing. They think maybe Showore is not part of the establishment. Showore can be worse than those establishments if he's the president. But the person that's inside the establishment that has no stain with the establishment is the only one that can change them because he comes from inside.
Right.
I don't know if you get.
I am following you, Baba. Go on.
The other thing about him, if you see him, even when you were talking about him, he feels so calm because he feels that it's like he have all the ways and all the evidence that he needs, no matter what they are going to do, you know that he's going to beat them to it. That's why he's no worried.
What I even saw, you want me to tell you something, sorry, brother. You know what happened is that when they ask all of their people, over 400,000 of them who served as party agents across Nigeria. Remember, they matched with other people to form agent, right? To join Obi towards the election, right? When they did their collations, so far so good. They haven't collected everything, not be everything they get so far. The votes will be sitting on record for that is giving them that boss behind the scene is actually over 11 million. Verified 11 million, right? So they are now saying, if that is how much they want to give to Tinubu, 7 million, then nobody should celebrate. But again, until this comes to light and proven, everybody will be saying all they are saying right now. Just like they said they were just wasting their time for months. Now, here we are. People are now saying they should have merged with PDP. and all that story that we are hearing right now. But go on.
Even the PDP, I listened to Aisha. Aisha now. He said they should be celebrating because they have won. He said they don't need to bother or be worried or get tired that they have done it again. He said instead, let them be gathering the evidence. I believe that Peter Obi already know what he's going to do with it. Even let them declare Tinubu, but Tinubu cannot measure as a president. That's just simple. Wow. With all the evidence that they have, that's what I believe.
I like your own way, Baba. You know why? It's because you are the kind of messages that the obedient would love to hear now, because it is practical, it is realistic, and then it is encouraging. Sure, you get that whatever it takes, even if they declare him, it is not over. But a lot of people will disagree with you. You know that normally.
No, they will disagree because they have lost faith in the court and other things. Even that's what Aisha was telling them in a message. He said she knows that people doesn't trust the court judgment anymore. He said the court judgment with the evidence and the people around, they'll be forced to give the right judgment this time. You know, when they are doing those judgments, the people were not looking at those courts, the Supreme Court, and they can do anything they like. But when the whole nation are on them, with all the clear evidence, they'll be forced to make the right decision this time around. And that's what the obedience are doing. That's the confidence that they have. Even Peter, nobody even knows that he don't even care because he know what he has. And it's like they have all the evidence that they need. That's why they are not bothered about the INEC. They have that clear evidence. That's why they said they agree with PDP. Let them cancel. They know that if they cancel it, do election, they are still going to beat them.
Yeah, that they are like
so that's why they are not worried.
Everywhere. If they are allowed, they will still beat them. I like that. Anyway, let me take another call. Let's hear somebody else's opinion too on all of this. Baba, thank you so much for stopping by, okay? I have another caller on the line. Here we go.
Hello?
Hello, ma.
Good evening, Maiyegun.
Good evening to you. How are you, ma?
I'm fine.
Beautiful. So
you see, yes, at times I call you an oracle. Because all the things you have been saying, all of them are happening.
Right before our very eyes.
There is one thing I'm afraid of now.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you said these soldiers that on the street of Lagos, is it to protect the vote, or is it when they are finished doing what they want to do and the youth come out, are they going to use it for the youth?
If I want to be honest, ma, that is something that we are about to find out. But if we have to use what happened on Saturday as a precedent, then I am going to say their purpose is for the latter, which is they are there to crush any rebellion that may arise after the announcement. If what happened, after all the display of soldiers here and there, and all of this madness still happened, I can align with people who believe. Go on, man.
No. Nobody was arrested.
No.
So, but Buhari cannot say he didn't know. He didn't see all this video that is going up and down, how they were smashing ballot box and all. But what were the soldiers made for?
He does know, I would say. And then if I have to dig into that, my conspiracy part of my brain, I'm going to say it seems everything is actually working according to his plan. And if the alarm raised by Fire and Co. is anything to revisit, when chaos takes over everywhere, it won't be a bad idea to introduce a interim national government in Nigeria, or even a coup, which are actually going to even make it worse. That's why we don't know what this is going to be all about. Because even in that same concept, there is still also an arrangement, a permutation that is there to remind us that no matter how loud this is going to look, there will be other people that will sabotage everything for this, they will say for the sake of national this and that, to subdue it and make sure that Tinubu still become the president. There are many factors they can use. There are many ways that they can concede things to make it look like, okay, Shebi, you want to rule. That's why we did the election, Abi. All right, give us your best. Let them come and work with me. And I'll be open. Then next time, we'll do a better election. As long as they shall call me Mr. President. Sure, you get ma. All of these are also factors that can reduce the chance of a real fight back that is cooking right now. Are you there?
I'm here, but I'm afraid, because does it mean that the leaders cannot do anything without lying?
No, they can't. In fact, they can't do anything without kind of violence. Remember that too. They can't do anything without violence.
What kind of legacy are they leaving for their children or the youth?
I don't know.
Does that mean they are telling the youth that they should continue, whatever they want to do on earth, they should be lying?
Yes. And if anybody disagrees, unleash violence on them, arrest them, jail them, kill them. All those useless people. What is wrong with them? That's their legacy, man. In case if you probably don't know, that's their legacy, and they are not ashamed of it. I have seen them. They don't get family too. They don't get children. Are the children not seeing their parents? They don't care. As long as the bills is paid. Whoever's going to die, man, die. Sure you get it. Go on, man.
The second person that I called just now that said that Nigeria can never change or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He may be right, but I don't believe that God will just allow us to just live this kind life, this kind of life for the rest of our life.
Now, PTSD, man.
What I believe, what I'm believing, what I'm thinking, if Nigeria cannot be okay, can't we divide and let everybody go on their way?
There are many obedient who are already saying the same thing, ma. If our election, if our vote won't count, if all of this is just a waste of time, can't we just break up? I said, you are welcome to the party. But don't worry, now small. When you get your full disappointment in the whole process, after all efforts, right? They are likely going to agree with us that this is not going to work. It's not working and it will never work. But there's no harm in trying. And that's why we're having this experiment right now, ma. I believe.
And another thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Since INEC know that all the elections they have been doing, they are always rigging it. What is the essence of using billions of naira to prepare for an election? Why not just select the person and put the person there?
Just to make it look real.
Because it's not going to count.
Mm-hmm. You know, you have to put up a charade to make it look real. That's exactly what they put up every time, okay? Make it look legit, even though it's not. And that's what they have done now. But it seems that this is the first time people actually are interested. That's why a lot of people are asking questions now. Like, why did we do an election when you know that you've already written the result? Why did you make us waste our time? You know what I mean, right? Welcome to Nigeria, ma. Everything defy logics. Honestly, you can ask 1 million questions, right? You will get the same answer, which is nothing. Because everything about Nigeria defies logic. Go on, ma.
If you calculate the result now, it's around 20-something,000. You want to tell me that it's only 20-something,000 that came out for vote?
20-something million, yeah?
27 million, I mean.
Yeah, I think it's about 20 million. And they gave cards to 85 million people. They gave cards to 85 million people. But it's all charade to make it look legit. Yes, ma'am.
So you want to tell me that people that came out to vote are just 20-something million?
They are more than that. In fact, they are more than that, yeah? But they have to suppress the ones they can suppress that can fit into the narrative. You are welcome to Nigeria, ma. Do you mind if I take another call as well? Thank you. Yeah. So that's
thank you very much, my brother.
Yes, ma. So the time is also coming to an end. I've only got about 15 minutes to go. Right. Here you are. Hello there.
Hello, the general.
Yes, sir.
Everything to Popoye. Well done, sir.
Yes.
What's going on?
Are you there, Baba?
Yes. Our leader, they can't do anything without lying. That is just the truth.
They lie for a living.
Yeah.
Like something like this. You remember this one, eh? We work with you, Lori.
We work with you, to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt.
I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
You there? All those people I just showed you right now, they are elderly people.
Yeah.
But everything they said in that video, is a lie.
It's a lie.
Go on,
it's
sir.
a lie. And this is what I want to say concerning one of your programs.
Yes.
You said something. You said that all the organization or institution in Nigeria, they are all corrupt.
Absolutely.
And all the citizens, they are also corrupt too.
Because they are the reflection of their leaders. When you see corrupt criminal leaders, look at those who give them power. They are the reflection of their leaders. And I was right. And I'm still right, sir.
Yes. And that is what is happening now.
Right.
400 feet. Turn left. Oh, this is my advice for the obedience. They have one of the ex-presidents have stayed in their back if they can get more people like that. So it will be easy for them. For example, now we have Obasanjo is supporting them.
That's right.
So today Jonathan have congratulated back.
Well, they actually visited him, but I understand something, right? Immediately they released these photos, right? APC and the rest of them, they have been like, well, Oti said, Oti cool.
Yeah.
Which is indirectly true, yeah. But you know something, sir, right? This picture was taken because those ECOWAS election observers, they were going to all candidates' houses in Abuja. They've been to Kwakwanso's house. That Peter B you saw in that video is on his way to Abuja too, right? So they are appealing to them to talk to their supporters to calm down. But we go see this kind of photo as APC, Egbe supporter. We no go run with them. Tell me about it. One law, support the law. That's what APC, Egbe people are posting when they saw this photo. Go on.
So what I will just advise them, they still need more people to stay with them. Like all the sounds we have in Nigeria,
right?
Like this Baba, they need all those people.
Senior advocate of. Right? Okay, sorry, I was going to say senior advocate of.
And this is not the time they will be abusing anybody.
I hope people understand that.
This is the time. Yeah, this is the time. Even Showore, this is the time they will say, okay, please, we need your assistance now.
They're all hands on deck.
Yes. If we truly want to bring these people down, we need to join hands together. It's not about
pointing fingers. Now you do it right. Now you not do it right. We are all victims of a terrible Nigeria. If everybody want to think deeper, right? Let us be honest. We are all victims.
That is how we exactly.
Go on.
And that is how we can bring these people down. That is the way we can do it. It's just an advice, and I believe they will be working on it because now they have Baba Obasanjo in their back, but they still need more people.
We'll see.
More strong
NLC, TUC, and all of those people are coming out from after the announcement, and that's the showdown that they are hoping will never happen.
And they still need some people in security personnel too.
Right.
Because now, if everything they will be using army, they will be using soldier. So, but if they can get the backup of some security personnel, some state governor, it will be easy.
Oh, time will
But
tell.
I know they will not get the backup of Lagos State governor. But if they can push that table, if they can change the commissioner of police in Lagos, it will be easy for them.
Okay, time will tell, Baba.
It will be easy for them.
Thank you so much. Right, let me take one more call and call it before I call it now. Okay, and thank you for that perspective too. They should try and get more people on board. Hey, I just lost one caller there. However, there is another. Oh, hang on.
They should try.
Hang on. Do you mind that muting the broadcast? Your call has been taken. Do you mind? Hello.
Yes. Maiyegun General.
Baba. How are you?
Fine, thank you. It's been a long time. Maiyegun, thank you for all this. Everything is popoye.
Igboro ti propoye. Everything ti propoye. Haze. That means everything don't scatter. The whole town is exploding. Haze. Don't let anybody remind you.
Good. I just want to make it very quick. So I have just 3 points I want to mention. First of all is, where is Buhari's hand in all this charade? You see, he's lining behind the mirror, but he knows what he's doing. And all this military currency change and all that, this is just like a precursor to what is happening. It's deliberate. Anybody that is just
what if Baba, what if the naira scarcity, fuel scarcity are the things that APC put in place for the time that after the election, if every one of you want to start protesting, you know, go get fuel. You want to organize a rally, this and that, you know, go get the money. What if that is the purpose?
That's where I'm going.
What if? You there, brother?
Yeah.
I'm just asking. I said, what if that's the plan after all? And it is not to stop vote buying. What if the plan is to make sure that
I'm coming.
Go on.
Correct. That's where I'm coming. That the intention might be to bring back those money. See all those money that you think that they are going to discard. They may probably have to bring them back. The second one will be that the second plan might be to look at all this whole scenario as, hey, Buhari is having a fuse with Tinubu, and everybody will be like, oh, yes, this is working for us. And people have been rejoicing. But this is just part of the game plan, which Benjamin Franklin of US said, in politics, there is no accident. If it happens, no, it was planned that way.
That's right.
So
there's nothing circumstantial in politics. Nothing circumstantial.
No, at all. It's all part of the game. And watch, ever since this has been happening, Buhari has been at the curtain, behind. He has not said a word. He's just been hiding behind the corner. And imagine a state governor standing and counteracting the order of the president.
And he didn't say anything.
Touched him and nothing happened.
Broadcast of Verify, nothing was said or done.
Yes. Good. So it's all part of the whole thing. And Nigerians have been like, so this was just a diversionary action to get Buhari out of the curtain. And it could have been in a meeting in such a way that, yes, I know you want to be Mr. President, is your Emiloko. Go and do whatever you want to do, but don't involve me. It's your turn. Go and do whatever you want to do, but don't involve me.
Don't involve me.
That's why Tinubu is doing whatever he's doing. And you can see it's all linking to that. Then the second point I want to mention, I don't want to digest all that. Please. The second point I want to mention is the Tinubu's desire. At this point, you see, he's an octogenarian. He has lived the most useful, juicy part of his life. He has nothing to lose. The only thing he wants is just a name, Mr. President. And he will have the picture of his crooked feet hanging behind the federal government institutions. That's all for him. He doesn't want anything. So long as he's sworn in, that's all Tinubu wants. As far as you are looking at that man there, he doesn't want any other thing. With that, he will now say, over to you, the bandits from Bono, the Boko Haram from Bono, you can now run the affair. he will now take the back seat. Then the third one I wanted to mention is, do you see the video I sent to you? Just go back and check the video I sent to you on WhatsApp.
I will try now.
There was a discovery that was made at in Maitama by the police. They recovered. Hold on, let me pull it up. They recovered. Hold on.
Hang on, I'm actually looking at it. You continue. Don't worry.
Yeah, so they recovered at number 15 Ganji Street in Maitama. They recovered INEC materials, and that building was meant to be owned by Jagabi Abole. Under the INEC constitution, under the INEC rules and all that, nobody no individual is supposed to have those materials. But somebody is having them. It's not in INEC office. So someone has to explain. And I hope P2B's team should be able to get into this video and see all that, where all that is going to. Because right now they are trying to lobby all the people who are involved in that post. So we are watching this movie. And I'm
going to try and grab the video after this call. When I look at it and there is nothing that could be in any way graphic, right? I'll eventually use it in one of my programs.
No. It's not graphic. Beautiful. So in summary, Nigeria is a crime scene. Jeez. And anybody who thinks that Nigeria will change, just like the other callers were saying, is just wasting his time. People like us, I used to work in that government. Brother,
yes.
One Friday evening, I closed from work. Because of what I saw, I entered British Airways straight to the United States, my brother.
Wow.
That was how I left that country.
And there are many people like yourself who have seen it enough. And they just left.
Oh my goodness. My brother, you see all these people trying to look like they are repentant gospel preachers. Some of them are worse than terrorists. Once it's not favoring them, you see them raising arms. You see the other one, this one, what is it called? What does he call himself?
Which one?
What's it called?
Describe him. Maybe I can remember his name.
The one that talks every now and then. You see him ranting and fighting with Dino Melai. I've forgotten his name.
For Food Coyote, FFK.
Yes, FFK. You see that one?
Yep.
Very soon you hear his own story.
Can you see how angry they all look? They were supposed to be calm, cool, because they are the ones who are about to be declared winner. But did you see the anger?
Yeah, they're the ones who are fighting. Yes.
Because they are scared, I believe.
They're fighting.
You know, when you steal something, you will be panting enough that people will begin to suspect you. Like, why are you sweating? Did you owe something? Is that something wrong? That's exactly what I see with them. And they will use Igboju. In Yoruba, we call it Igboju. That is you stronger than all of that force. And say, everybody keep quiet for you to forget it. But I don't think these people will be able to silence people. Shut up your mouth. Don't talk again. Do you think?
Even before the swearing in, if Tinubu eventually gets declared, before the swearing in, there will be another infighting. They will shred themselves. Because what Tinubu does is, you will take care of this, you will take care of this, you will take care of this. That is if the second NSAS Pro Max does not meet them. But
some people are asking that, what do you think? They said, what do you think Tinubu promised Wike? That Wike went all out that way to attack his own people, kill some of them, traumatize them, just to be for... They said, what do you think Tinubu promised him? That if he becomes president, when he becomes president, he's going to give to him.
Wike cannot get anything more than either a special advisor or just what Amechi got, a minister. Outside that, what Wike is looking for is not all that. What he needs is just a shelter.
Yeah, immunity from being targeted.
Cover him from immunity, that's all. Because he has committed so much that he knows if he walks on the street, whatever he sees, he takes. So he's looking for where to get that immunity. And if he loses it, Wike may even die of either heart attack or high blood pressure. Because he knows that the dangers are looming. And with what is happening recently, with what INEC has uncovered, with all those people who died during the election, is even compounding his problem. He's making confusion more confused.
He killed people. He killed people in Obigbo. Then went ahead to go and rig their vote in Oyigbo local government.
Yes, man. Absolutely.
It's a shame. But
so the drama is about to begin.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I enjoyed your charts, and they are quite, eye-opening too. So thank you for being part of this. Okay?
We'll keep in touch. One name.
God bless you. One name. I hope everybody also enjoyed this conversation as we are come to the end of the whole chat. Thank you to all my callers, my super chatters, as well as our commenters too. We we are following the old development, new, old, whatever, everything that is going on that will eventually lead to either Agbado presidency. I get one advice for you. All of Funa, who are between the ages of 18 and 35, you better begin to add Agbado to your staple now, to your food. That is likely going to be the main one soon, because according to Kolu, to battle the unemployment in Nigeria, it takes just one single move. The moment I become president, recruit. Don't leave this broadcast, okay, without liking it before you go. I'm going to let you go now, okay? And good night. This is what you should be looking forward to. Recruit.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. Take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary.